Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I thought that we would do another Christmas look, only this time do it drugstore. The last Christmas look that I posted a few days ago was all high-end stuff, and I got to thinking about it, and you know, around Christmas time, maybe not everybody has the products or has enough money to go out and buy, you know, the products that I had suggested. So I wanted to do a video of all drugstore makeup that you could do for Christmas looks, whether it be Christmas parties, just at home with your family, Christmas, whatever. So anyway, if you have not already, I would love for you to subscribe. I've got a lot of fun content coming up, being that I'm filming every day in December, and make sure that you hit the notification bell, you know, to know that I upload all my videos. And also I'm having a big giveaway at the end of this month, so please make sure that you are subscribed and tell your friends and family, because it is going to be a really good giveaway. So anyway, I hope that you guys can see me. I feel like my camera is really down low. Let me fix it really quick. Hold on. Anyway, I hope that's better. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get started. So I'm going to start with eyes, and I have two different palettes that I'm going to suggest to you guys, and all of this stuff you can get at Walmart, by the way. I also wanted to make sure that you didn't have to order online, so if you want to go pick up these products, these are all available now. It's not like they're discontinued or anything. So two palettes that I would suggest that you could use are, and also one of these, sneak peek, one of these are going to be in the giveaway, obviously new, but they are the e.l.f. Bite Size Eyeshadow Palette. This one is in Rose Water. It is really, really pretty. So this is one of the eyeshadows that I would suggest, and it's just purple. It's very pretty. Just looks like this. And then the other one, which we are going to use today, is by Wet n Wild. It's called Comfort Zone, and it is very pretty, and it looks like this. It's got greens, mauve tones, and if you're not very good at makeup, on the back of these, it shows like brow bone, which colors to use, eyelid, crease, transition, right here on the back. And it also says like transition in the actual shade itself. So we're going to use these. So before we get started, we're going to prime our eyelids with my favorite eyeshadow primer. You can also, everything from Walmart. It's NYX Professional Makeup. It is the skin tone color. As you can see, I use it all of the time. And so I am just going to take a brush and go ahead and get started. You guys know I usually don't do full faces of makeup here, number one, because it takes forever, and number two, a lot of people only like to watch, you know, like 10-minute videos, so I try to keep them short. But I did want to come back on and post a video of something that everybody can pretty much relate to, because like I said, not everybody has high-end makeup. And these products are what I had in my collection, so it's not like I went out and bought any new products or anything. So I'm just going to take that and get my eye base going here. And I'm going to go into this eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to take a big fluffy brush here, and I'm going to go into the shade that says Transition, and we're going to keep this look real simple. We're not going to do anything, you know, fancy here, because if you have a family like mine or kids or whatnot, you know, you don't want to be spending forever on your makeup. So I'm going to, and I changed up my skincare, and my skin, you guys, is hating me right now. I've got this big guy right here. It's, I don't know, my skin is hating me. And these, now Wet n Wild, it's one of those things where you're not really sure. It's vegan, but it is not cruelty free. So just know that this is not a cruelty free. And what makes it not cruelty free is here in America, they do not use testing on their eyeshadow palettes, but they are sold in China. And for them to be sold in China, they are tested on animals over there. So if you... Now, I do know that e.l.f. is cruelty-free. So the first eyeshadow palette that I just showed you, if you do want, again, they don't test on animals here in America, but they do in China. So if you do not want to support that, I completely understand. That's why with that, I gave you two different options. Okay, so we've got that nice base down, and as you can see, those are pretty pigmented. That is a $4.87 or $4 eyeshadow palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this darker burgundy color, which is super, super pretty. Again, it says transition. And then I'm gonna take this dark green and I'm gonna go over it with this pretty topper color. And if you guys want to also see a more like light, not so dark and dramatic, you know, tutorial on some eye makeup. I feel like face makeup you can do your own. Normally people have like their own way of doing face makeup, but if you guys would like to see a tutorial on eyes that, you know, doesn't have glitter in case you just don't like glitter, or you have, you know, I don't know, you just don't like glitter, let me know and I will be more than happy to do that. But this palette is gorgeous, you guys. And for $5, it literally works like a high-end makeup palette. I mean, it really does. I'm going to take a smaller brush, tiny teensy weensy. I hope you guys can see that probably. And I'm going to take that sparkly green that was in this palette, and I'm going to focus that on my very, very outer edge here. And the green and the sparkles are showing up just fine. I know that this looks kind of intimidating, but it's okay. We are going to, of course, blend. One of the reasons why I like their eyeshadow palettes so much, Wet n Wild's eyeshadow palettes, is because they're so versatile and they work for almost any skin tone. Well, they do work for any skin tone. They're beautiful eyeshadow palettes. I love them. And they're super affordable. And it's not like, oh, you know, I'm paying for Wet n Wild and I'm going to get, you know, crappy products. That's not it at all. I mean, they're beautiful products. All right, so I've got that blended out. We've got that deepen. And then I'm going to take that nice, pretty shade, and it's almost like a champagne-y kind of shade. And I'm going to put that right in my inner corner here. And I'm going to use my finger. And to me, when I think of Christmas, this is what I think of. You know, these pretty colors, the greens, the reds even. I have a red eyeshadow palette. I don't use it a whole lot. Maybe around like Valentine's Day I do, but that's about it. And then there's this pretty green that also has a little bit of shimmer. And I'm just going to take that on a flat brush. And I'm going to blend the dark green and that light green together and kind of make it cohesive here. Let me try getting it wet. Let's see if I use a little bit of setting spray, if that'll work a little bit better here. If not, we'll go in with our finger. There we go. And I'm just kind of using that to diffuse that light color that we had on top of the other. Oh, so pretty. And then I'm going to go back in with that white, just a little bit of it. Alrighty, we're looking good. So I'm going to go ahead and finish. I'm going to use a little bit of that champagne-y kind of color here and go a little bit on my brow bone. Not too much because that's very, very pigmented. Not too much, but just a little bit. Okay. Next, I'm going to use from Almay. It is their Gel Smooth Liner. This is $3. It is in the color black. You could also, it's very, very black. It's so smooth. You could also use a brown if you wanted to. And I'm just going to go ahead and go above my eyelid here. And, going to do a wing line. I just finished the eyes and we are going to start on the base. So I use normally just use some lotion or moisturizer to put under the base. So if you want a couple good recommendations, e.l.f. has a good primer. This Putty Primer is really good by e.l.f. We can use a little bit of that too. It looks like this. Now, less is more with this. This Putty Primer is, I think in 2019 was rated like #1 for the most sold or the best primer, drugstore primer. So all you really need is just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. It works for oily skin, normal skin, whatnot. So while that's soaking in, I like to go ahead and do my eyebrows. So for eyebrows today, we are going to use, well, let me find it. Where is it? Ah, did I not grab it? Hold on. We are going to use e.l.f. It is the brow pencil. This is in, what is this in? Natural Brown. And what I'm going to do is lightly, just fill in where I need, because we're going to use a different brow product. This is for if you have very sparse eyebrows and you need to kind of fill them in lightly. And you don't want them to look too dark. That's all we're going to use this for here. Is kind of go around the edges, because I'm going to show you what we're going to use at the very end after we use powder and whatnot. Okay, so we've got those very, very lightly done. Let's go on to foundation. So I have two to recommend. One, these two are my favorite drugstore foundations this year. This one is by Dream Urban Cover by Maybelline. It looks like this, and I have mine in Classic Ivory. And then my second one is by Rimmel London. This cost me like $3 at the time. And this is in Natural Beige. Now both of these have sunscreen in them. You should wear sunscreen even if you don't go out. If you have a hard time with sunscreen in your skincare, there are so many different options at the drugstore. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and use this Classic Ivory by Maybelline. And just because the other one's kind of dark on me, I'm going to put a light layer on this today only because I'm not going anywhere after this. I'm literally taking off my makeup. And if you have not already, the e.l.f. Total Face Sponge by e.l.f. is by far, you can use it wet if you don't remember to wet it, or you can use it dry, which I use it dry every single time I use it. I cannot stress enough, if you use sponges, to go out and get that sponge. It is the best sponge you will ever have. I'm telling you. It's better than the beauty blender that's like $20. Like, I bought one of those when I first started doing makeup like a fool, and I will never do that again. You should really go get it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a light layer of this on, and then I'm going to put just a little bit more on my cheeks because I want a little bit more coverage. And then we will move on to concealer. I really despise that my camera only films for 12 minutes at a time. Like, you guys have no idea how much that bothers me. I would have never bought this camera. I should have bought a video camera and I didn't. I bought a Canon camera like everybody else on YouTube, and I should have done more research. I love my camera, but I just should have done more research, I guess, because it only films for 12 minutes at a time and it drives me insane. Okay, so I am going to, as you can see, it just gives you light coverage. It doesn't really give you like, you know, too much coverage. So the two, I'm trying to give you guys variety here. The two drugstore concealers is Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. I love this. And I also love the Age Rewind by Maybelline. Both amazing. So I'm going to use just a little bit of both because one is super light. As you can see, this Neutrogena is super light. And all of these I have to use in the wintertime because I'm dark in the summer. And I'm just going to go over it with just a little bit of this darker. Not too much, just a little bit. And then with my sponge, my skin is so broke out, you guys. It's so bad. Gonna kind of bring it down just a little bit. I don't have much to cover as far as dark under, you know, circles underneath my eyes. So I like to keep it kind of light because I do have creasing. So for powder, I'm going to use the Fit Me by Maybelline. It is matte and poreless. It looks like this. This is in creamy beige. Again, this is probably, I don't know, $5 maybe. And I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush. This was, let's see, who is this by? This is a powder brush. I got this at Walmart. I wish I've had it for so long that I forget who it's by. But it is amazing. I love this brush, and it was super, super cheap too. Normally I use in high-end a loose setting powder, but I wanted to, again, this is Drugstore, so I wanted to give you guys, you know, something different. So for bronzer, you guys already probably would have guessed the butter bronzer. This has made it into my 2020 favorites. As you can see, I have used the heck out of it. And I'm just going to take a a powder brush, bronzer brush, and gonna add some bronzer to my cheeks. I'm looking kind of pale here, but that's okay. It's winter. We're not supposed to look super, super tan. Okay. Again, this I think is probably the most expensive. It's maybe $9, but if you guys are, I use that on a daily basis, even when I'm not using all Drugstore. So, this Milani has amazing blushes, bronzers, like amazing. I look at Milani's products, they're great. This is in Rose d'Oro #2. This is a baked blush, and it looks like this, and it is so pretty on the cheeks. So I'm going to take some of this and going to go ahead, and these are not overly pigmented, but you can build them up so nice. I've been really into liquid blushes lately, but it's so pretty. These blushes, I'm telling you guys. Now this has a little bit of a sheen. If you don't like sheen in your blushes, I have another recommendation. It's by Almay. It's the Healthy Hue blush, and it looks like this, under $10. It's beautiful. It's in So Peachy. Very, very pretty in case you don't like shimmer. And then for highlight, this is by e.l.f. in White Gold. As you can see, this is amazing. I love it. It took me, I will tell you, it takes a little bit to get that first layer off to get it going. But again, under $10. And I'm just going to add a little bit here. All right, to finish up the eyebrows, I'm going to go in. This is one of my top products of the year also, Rimmel Wonder Brow. It looks like this. It has a super, super small spoolie, which I absolutely love. And mine is in medium brown, and I literally use this every single day. Every day. I don't usually use anything else in my eyebrows. I use it every day. Oh, it's just so pretty, and it keeps your eyebrows up. It keeps them going. Okay, mascara. I have two. I either have the CoverGirl Expeditionist or the Lash Paradise, and this is by Maybelline. These are both amazing, amazing, amazing. Again, $10. And I'm going to use the Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. Did I say Maybelline? I meant L'Oreal. And it has a wand like this. Now this is a little bit more of a liquidy formula, but I love it. It makes my eyelashes. If you guys want a good mascara that's from the drugstore, this L'Oreal Lash Paradise, you guys, is amazing. I highly, highly, highly recommend. Okay, so two more things. I'm not going to spray my face because, like I said, I'm going to take this off. But the e.l.f. Makeup Mist is probably in my top drugstore makeup finds. I love this. It's $8. I mean, all these products I recommend. Like, I really do. Okay, so last is lips. We're going to do the Almay Lip Vibes. And this is in, what is this in? Love Yourself. And look at this pretty deep red. Yes. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this on. These lipsticks by Almay, you guys, are amazing and they're not that expensive. This one I think was $3. $3, that's it. And who doesn't want a nice red lip on Christmas? I do. Or for the holidays, if you don't celebrate Christmas, which some people don't, and that's okay. All right, we're looking good. Okay, and that is it. You guys, all these are drugstore products. I think that the look turned out great. All these products are under $10. Go check them out. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Again, make sure you subscribe and go get yourself some drugstore products because you can make a beautiful look on a budget. All right, I hope to see you guys in my next video.